All right, folks, this is David Williams of Jesus Ministries.
Emmanuel Endora.
And we're going to talk about voter turnout 2014 midterm elections. They say midterm elections, meaning elections that are not working to decide the president, are normally lower. I want to read this article from usnews.com. Voter turnout is a constant issue in the United States around an election, particularly among the young. In exit polls from Tuesday's midterms, for example, only 13% of voters were under 30. So that means between the ages of 18 and 30 years old, only 13% of all the voters that they've counted, of all those that participated, were under 30. Only 13% of them. Non-voters are also more racially diverse than the voting population and are less educated. So I want to stop there for a brief moment. So why do you believe that voter turnout is worsening?
Well, because people are waking up, bless God, and they knowing that these people are not godly, and now they see that this lower turnout now, the people are knowing that these people are they're not really are not people of their word, the man of their word. They're not liars, and and since they're liars, they're the truth is coming out out in well, it says, David, that what's in the dark shall come in the light. Yeah, and and it's becoming evident now. These people are just, you just see it right in front of you, brothers and sisters. You see lies all over the place, and I mean, it's not going to change. And because thanks to people, of course, people like us and other people who are giving them warning messages and so forth. But it's not going to change, because America is on now ungodly nation. Judgment is upon this nation. And I'm going to say this, and please do not take this any way. Do not take this any way. Judgment is already set for this country.
It is. Now, okay, so that stated, one of the reasons why I believe that that they had a very low number of voters under the age of 30 is because, first and foremost, I'm talking about the established media outlets, the established media outlets, we'll just say that, the established political parties, how those that have the means are doing an effective job of distracting the people and not giving the people, through the media outlets, enough information on the candidates, on the importance of the issues. Not that there aren't outlets that are doing a very, very good job of getting the information out, but even when the information is presented, people are aware that their votes mean less and less. Mm-hmm. I mean, if a state like California can vote that marriage should be between one man and one woman, and a single judge can come and overturn the Democratic vote, as is happening all over the nation with this whole gay marriage issue, when you can make a decision in your city, in your state, in your nation, that a single individual can overturn, it's telling the population that they're wasting their time when they're standing in line. I'm wasting my time. So I also want to point out, it says that non-voters are also more racially diverse, meaning they're more likely not to be white American, but blacks and Latinos. And it also says that they're less educated. I think that that's a very interesting assessment here, because what they're trying to say is that minorities have less value in the United States, and they're also saying that minorities, or that the people who don't vote, are ignorant for not voting, and they're also ignorant for not being a part of the political system.
And that's an understatement for them to say we're ignorant. That's a total understatement. First of all, why would you say Brother Emmanuel, Brother David is ignorant? Hey, if we
by understanding, it's a false assessment.
Yeah, I mean, we do our homework here, and sometimes we can see news articles from Washington Post or New York Times. Reading articles is not missing about these politicians, what they're saying, but at the same time, when you find out things about them, what these people really are, who they represent, um, they're not really representing me and you and for the people, by the people of the Constitution like it's supposed to, and they're not really doing it. And it's not. We're not ignorant. We know who's pulling the strings on these politicians, and it's up to you for you not to be lied to by these this dinosaur media, the Fox News, the CNN, et cetera, et cetera. You know, these alphabet news media outlets. You know, it's up to you to see what is really true out there. Go find other alternative news that's out there. I mean, I'm not you know, saying you go on, you know, other alternative news like Alex Jones, Infowars, or anything like that, or True News. That's a Christian by Rick Wiles, Christian News Network by RickWiles.com. Um, but it's up to you to know the truth. You know, Jesus said you got to know the truth, seek the truth, and the truth will set you free. And
Listen to this. Non-voters are also more racially diverse than the voting population and are less educated. More than 40% of likely non-voters in 2014 elections identified as Hispanic, Black, or other racial ethnic minorities, compared with 22% of likely voters. While most voters, 72%, have completed some college, non-voters are more likely to have never attended college. So on one level, they're saying that people who don't vote are likely stupid. On the second level, they're saying, and if you're not stupid, it's because you don't understand the political process because of your racial origin and ethnic background. And so people, okay, now let's be understanding to the fact that black people in America are not seeing the benefit of elections. They're not seeing the benefit. They're not discerning and it's not because it isn't there. It's because it isn't there. Like there is no legitimate benefit to the black or Hispanic community for voting. Their communities aren't progressing as a result of the elections. They're just not. And so when you say that they've never attended college, first of all, you don't have to go to college to realize that you're being swindled or that you're being deceived. To say that the voters, the people who vote, they're educated, is to say that the people who are educated are responsible for the destruction of the nation. Would we then be able to make that assessment? Yeah. If the educated people are the one voting, then the educated people are the ones who put President Obama there. Yeah. The educated people are the ones who put George W. Bush there. Yeah. The educated people are the ones that put these people in power, who bring destruction to the United States through their policies. So that's essentially what we're saying. Yeah. We're saying that so the ignorant people don't build the bombs. The ignorant people don't pioneer the drug trade. The ignorant people aren't in other nations establishing colonies. Yeah. It's the supposed educated people that are doing these things. So to say that, first of all, you must be an ignorant minority in order to not vote is to say that the voters are the educated, and that's to believe that the political system is working well, and we can agree that it isn't.
Yeah, and you know, the ignorant people are not the one who's bringing in the so-called gay marriage, the immorality, and the Bible, God says this is an abomination. Same sex, the two men, two women. I mean, this is an abomination, and so you're saying that we're I mean, I'm really, I don't know. This
is by Lindsay Cook, by the way, of usnews.com.
Yeah.
You know, listen. So just be mindful that the reason why the people will continue. Now, I also want to say this. I believe that low voter turnout is good for the New World Order. Meaning the New World Order is effectively discouraging democracy. They are. I'm not saying democracy is necessarily the will of God, but the New World Order is effectively discouraging the voter, making the voter feel like he's got no say. He doesn't have a say, but the New World Order, the elite, the global elite, are conveying that by undermining the people's votes, undermining their choices, by giving them bad choices.
Yeah.
So the people, the powers that be, and I know I hate using terms like that because it makes it really vague. It doesn't really let us know. We can't point a finger at anybody. We're talking about many of the people that are in power, that are behind the Federal Reserve, that are behind the other banks, that are behind the corporation, the larger corporations that they're the ones that hire the lobbyists to go down to Washington and get certain laws implemented or changed or amended. Just different things. One of the things that we were realizing is these are the people that want to discourage the voter so that essentially the voter just gives up his rights and says, okay, listen, obviously I'm voting. It's not benefiting me. I'm not going to vote anymore. You make decisions for me. That, I believe, is the goal. The reason why voter turnout is diminishing is because people realize their votes don't matter, and so they're discouraged, and the media is giving us the video games, giving us the sports, giving us the arts and entertainment so that we can be distracted. We don't know what the issues are. We wouldn't know what the issues were if they slapped us in the face. So we don't know the issues, and my vote doesn't count. I need to go to iTunes and get the latest Akon, CD, Miley Cyrus. I need to listen to something that's going to take me into this. I need the newest virtual reality game because obviously my life is worthless. Thank you, news media, for allowing me to realize this. Thank you, politicians, for allowing me to realize this. Just give me something to enjoy while I'm dying. And so we've got to be really careful as believers because that's the policymakers are imperialists. They're trying to establish an empire.
And noticing that I came across people during the George Bush administration, even the Obama administration. I noticed people they honor people. I see like they honor these people. They honor George W. Bush, Obama. I mean, I remember a prophecy, and David probably remember that prophecy when the angel of the Lord spoke to Dimitri Dunaman, the late Dimitri Dunaman. Dimitri Dunaman asked the angel of the Lord, what about the people here in America? Do you have any people here? People here honor people. They don't honor God. They honor man. They honor, they don't honor God. And I remember reading that, passage that the conversation Demetra had with the angel of God, Lord. That was that one stuck me out. Like say, man, they do honor people here. They really do. They don't honor God in America. Just over the years now. I don't know how serious it is now.
And worse.
Dimitri
Duduman passed in
1997.
Okay, so this is almost 14 years later, almost 17 years later.
Yeah.
17 years later. So what we're essentially saying is worshiping people brings destruction. It just does. It does because people don't have the power to help. But be prayerful, saints of God. God is definitely going to judge the nations that forget him. It says that in the Psalms. The wicked will be turned into hell, and all the nations that forget God. So just seek the Lord, and the Lord will, and the Bible says in Zephaniah chapter 2, that it may be that he will hide you in the day of judgment.
Yes. And I don't know if you want to. If you want to come to the visit our church, Jesus Ministries in the West Palm Beach area, our address is 1750 Osceola Drive. Zip code is
33409. We're here Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 7 p.m. Sundays at 9 a.m. You're welcome to come and to grow with us in the Lord.
God bless you.
God bless you.